Thank you.
Thank you. Anish and Senator Gerard Craughwell.
My colleague Senator Alice Mary Higgins referred to the movement of weapons through Irish airspace in her address this morning. The Taoiseach recently in an RTE radio, when asked about policing our airspace, replied that it was not feasible in the Irish context. I would ask the leader to get the Taoiseach into this building to explain how the Minister for Defence thinks it is not feasible for a sovereign state like Ireland to patrol and police its own airspace. It is outrageous that a Minister for Defence would say that. Now, with respect to my colleague Senator Clonan, I agree with everything he said this morning. What is going on at the moment in both Lebanon and Gaza is totally and utterly barbarism. My colleague Senator Black, who has just gone, Senator Black has been pushing the Occupied Territories Bill for a number of years now, and today, looking at what's happening to women and children in Gaza, my heart goes out to the pain she must feel, having tried time and time again to get the government to pass this bill. The only way the butcher Netanyahu will ever come to heel is if he's brought to heel economically, because he doesn't seem to give a continental damn about public opinion anywhere in the world. The barbarism that's going on there is totally unacceptable. On a final point, I was attacked at the weekend over the fact that I am a member of the Israeli Friendship Group, as were a number of my colleagues here. Being a member of an interparliamentary friendship group does not mean we are cheerleaders for the opposite parliament. It means that we are here to be able to have frank discussions with our opposite numbers. I will not resign from the Israeli Interparliamentary Friendship Group. They can fire me if they want. But having access to colleagues in another parliament is what that's about. And I stand here today saying Netanyahu and his henchmen are war criminals.
Senator Craughwell spoke about the Taoiseach's comments in relation to our airspace. I mean, I think we can't defend our airspace because we don't have sufficient resources in the Air Corps, and the Defence Force is massively underfunded and under-resourced and has been for years. So there's a lot of work to be done there. At least now we have a government commitment to increase defence spending, to up our level of defence in the country. And I think as a country, in the last 4 years, there's been a maturing of the conversation in terms of where we are and what we need to do, not just domestically, but at an EU level as well. So I think the Taoiseach has been quite progressive in his approach to that, and hasn't been afraid to take on challenging issues in the area of defence and put his views out there and get the conversation going.
Not feasible.
Senator Craughwell, you had your opportunity.
You're correct, I suppose I'm inferring what I think he means by that. But
no, we need him in here.
Well, actually, we have a request in for the Taoiseach to come before the House in terms of the Middle East, and hopefully we'll get a date on that, and he'll give an opportunity, of course, to raise issues that are connected to the defence space. So I am trying to get a date with the Taoiseach, but you'll appreciate it's difficult with diaries as well, with all that's going on and the budget coming up.
There has never been fewer members of the Irish Defence Force in the history of independent Ireland than today.
And Senator, you'll know my views on that. I think we're massively
You and I are on the same wavelength.
On the same page, absolutely. And
we the leaders of the country are not.
Sorry, Senator Craughwell, you had your opportunity.
We've many years of underfunding, under-resourcing to catch up on, as well as wanting to do more than just get to a low base. We want to increase what we can do as well. So we have a big gap to bridge, and it's going to take time. But I think the will is there to do that, and the support from our citizens, crucially, is there to do that in terms of increasing defence spending in the state. I think you've dealt adequately with the Israeli Friendship Group. I think diplomacy and keeping channels open is important, and I think that you've made your views very well known in terms of the issue in the Middle East.